Dhruv is also online today. Good morning, each one of you. Good morning, class 11C. So let us begin with the next question of journal entries. I wish to discuss the last two questions with you, and then we shall wind up this chapter. Please note all the practical questions that we have done. We have covered, I think, mostly all the questions at least for this book. In case you are practicing it from any other book also, please practice as many journal entries as you can. So on this note, let us begin with question number 19. Journalize the following transactions. And we don't know whose books are these because these are miscellaneous entries, miscellaneous day book entries which are provided to us. Draw the columns and be ready with the first one. All those who are connected online, let me remind you that I had already shared the calculation of the last two journal entries that we had done with question number 18. If you have not gone through them as yet, please go through it. The solution is provided in the form of a photo also, and the discussion video is also available. Note it, and in case you don't understand, you can ask. First one, Shyam became insolvent. A compensation of 75 paisa in a rupee means 75% was received from his official receiver. He owed us how much? He owed us rupees 10,000. So here we can write in the date column, we can just put the numbers. He became insolvent, but still we received something from him. Means we have received cash, and secondly we have received 75% of the money and 25% was not recoverable. Now when some money is not recoverable, it is termed as a bad debt, right? So cash or bank, whatever the question says, cash account debit and bad debts. We have done a question on bad debts also. 2. Who is the giver of this amount? Shyam. Now talking about the amount, 10,000 rupees was the total amount. So Shyam's account, since this is settled, he needs to be credited with full 10,000. Next, because 75% is received. What is the 75% of 10,000? 7,500. If you don't understand, you please do it. 10,000 into 75% and 10,000 into 25%. These two you are going to do. So whatever cash you receive, you will put it here, and whatever you did not receive, that is 2,500, you will write as a bad debt. Since you know we are not supposed to write this here in the particular column, do it in the rough column. So what shall be the narration? Cash received from Shyam and bad debts written off. Cash received from Shyam and bad debts written off. Writing off bad debts. Received cash from Ramesh, whose account was written off last year as a bad debt. Now what you have done, you have earlier marked him as he will not pay, but he turned to be honest enough to pay you the money when you received. With this, what we are going to do, we are going to open up a new account, bad debts recovered account. Bad debts recovered account debit. Please note that this from here till here should come in the particulars column only. And who is the payer of this recovery? It is from Ramesh. Bad debts are now being recovered. 5,000 rupees. Here you can write bad debts recovered from Ramesh. Next, rent due to the landlord. Now this is an outstanding rent. What are you going to do? Which expenses involved? The rent expenses involved in this. And rent says debit all expenses and losses. Means rent नाम का जो expense account है, rent will be debited, and since outstanding is a liability, so outstanding rent amount will be credited. Rent will be debited. Why? Because rent is a nominal account. Nominal account says expenses are to be debited, and because we have not paid cash against this, we have created a liability, and liabilities have a credit balance. So rent account debit to outstanding rent account. I hope this is clear to all. And for the narration, what will you write? Rent outstanding. And the amount is rupees 8,000. Next, salary due to staff. Now when salary is due, what shall be the journal entry? Instead of rent, this next expense is that of a salary. And because the salary is not paid, what are we doing? We are creating a liability for us. Salary account to be debited to outstanding salaries account debit to outstanding salaries account, and the amount is rupees 10,000. Salary outstanding. Okay, rent outstanding, salary outstanding. Next, placed an order with Rakesh for supply of goods for the list price of 1 lakh. In this connection, Raman paid 10% of the list price as an advance by check. Now this entry tells you that this is the journal of Raman, because Raman is the person whose accounts are being maintained. अब इस entry में जाके हमें पता चला that Raman is the person जिसके accounts हम maintain कर रहे हैं, because they are saying Raman has paid against the sales. So we placed an order with Rakesh. This is an advance order. What are we going to do? We are going to write advance to Rakesh to bank account. What have we done? Because you have paid a check, you will write advance paid to Rakesh to bank account. Now what else has happened? For 1 lakh rupees, you paid 10% as an advance. You placed an order worth rupees 1 lakh. You have just verbally placed an order. No entry required for that. Now what else have you done? You have paid 10% of the list price as an advance. So here what you can do is 1 lakh rupees into 10%. 10,000 and 10,000. Advance paid to Rakesh. Now the next journal entry, advance paid to Rakesh. And the next journal entry says supplied goods costing rupees 3,600 to Sanjay, issued an invoice. Those who have learned to the chapter vouchers, I hope you know what is an invoice. What is an invoice? Come on. A voucher which contains details about any future sales which is to be made. Supplied goods costing rupees 3,600 to Sanjay. We issued an invoice at 20% above cost, less 10% trade discount. So before you move on to the trade discount, we will first find out what is the actual amount of what is the actual amount of invoice. So for this, you will find out, look here, 3,600 was the actual amount of goods, but when you issued the invoice, I hope this is clear to those who are online. So 3600 rupees के worth के goods थे, and when we prepared an invoice, we added 20% to this cost. So first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to find out the 20% of this amount. So 36 to the 72, 720 rupees were added to the cost. So 3600 plus 720 means rupees 4320. This is the invoice price. This is the invoice price. Now what you have done, you have provided him 10% of the trade discount. Now 4320 minus 10% of 4320. How much is this? 432. 10 minus means 10%. So 432 rupees subtract. 10 minus 2, 11 minus 3, and 12. And 3888 is the amount for which this actual transaction took place. I repeat, 3600 was the cost of goods. 20% above पे हमने invoice बनाया, and when he will come to buy the goods, no, he will show me the receipt. दिखाइए receipt दिखाइए. So we will tell him, अच्छा, so we sold you goods for 4320. This is the invoice price. इतने पर हमने उनको invoice या और you can say voucher बना करके दिया, और voucher बनाया और फिर उस पर discount भी allow किया. What is this? This is discount allowed by us, and this is 10% of the invoice price. Now 4320 minus 432. What we got? 3888. Now this 3888 is the actual amount for which the transaction took place. So you can write the journal entry. Sanjay's account will be debited to sales account. The credit sale journal entry will be same as any other journal entry. If not received for cash, so Sanjay's account will be debited. Sanjay will pay us later on. So instead of cash sales will become cash account to sales account cutting. Because this is a credit sales, so we have written Sanjay's account debit. I hope the calculation was clear to all who are online also. The journal entry will be like any other journal entry for sales. Sanjay's account debit to sales. And what shall be the actual amount of sales? It is 3,888 rupees. Where has this 3,888 came from? You better note it down in the working notes. Credit sales made to Sanjay. Okay? Sales made on credit basis to Sanjay. Now the last one. Paid cash to Radhe for outstanding bill of printing. There is a person from whom we have got some papers printed, and we have paid cash to Radhe because his bill was outstanding. Now we have made payment to him. So अब एक्सपेंस अकाउंट डेबिट नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि हम पहले ही इस वाले एंट्री के लिए आउटस्टैंडिंग की एंट्री कर चुके थे. तभी तो हमें पता चला कि उसका बिल आउटस्टैंडिंग है. अब हमें क्या करना है, इस आउटस्टैंडिंग को कैंसिल करना है. सो टू रिवर्स दिस व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू, आउटस्टैंडिंग को वापस डेबिट कर देंगे. When we did this journal entry, then we had credited outstanding bill printing expense. But to pay it, what we are going to do, cash is going out, cash is to be credited. Debit क्या होगा, printing expense debit होगा या outstanding printing expense debit होगा. Outstanding printing expense debit होगा, और तब हमें पता चलेगा कि अब ये outstanding नहीं रहा, अब हमने इसका पेमेंट कर दिया है. So what shall be the journal entry? The journal entry will be outstanding printing expenses account debit. Let me do it here. Outstanding printing accounts debit. Printing expense only. Outstanding printing expense account debit. And because you have paid cash, when you paid him the outstanding amount, the credit amount, the credit thing will goes like cash account to be credited. What shall be the amount? Come on, please find it out and tell me what shall be the amount for this journal entry. Anyone? Anyone? Dhruv? Brahmjot? What shall be the amount for this? Listen. Since it is not mentioned, we will not write. Right? Clear? Amount mention ही नहीं है, हम कैसे लिखेंगे? So just leave it like that. Only the journal entry was required. Outstanding printing expenses now paid for cash. This is how you can write. Or you can write outstanding printing expenses paid for cash. Let us quickly do the last question also so that we can end it up. Should I rub it? Whatever is there on the board? This cannot be your fair copy. इतने गंदे गंदे काम को मैं बिल्कुल चेक नहीं किया. Alright. Should I cancel this off? इसको लिखा रहने दो अगर तुमने कैलकुलेशन करा है. How will you reach there? Whichever journal entry requires a calculation of amount, please show that as a clear working note in your fair copies. Next. This is again a miscellaneous question. I wish to do this because it contains some one or two journal entries that we have not done earlier. Journalize the following entries irrespective of whose books are these. We are simply going to enter the journal. Goods costing rupees 500 given away as charity. Okay. Goods costing rupees 500 given away as charity. Now I had not discussed a specific question on this, but whenever we do these kind of charities, no charity or donation or something like given away for bhandara, sometimes you will see such kind of situations will also be given in the question. Given away goods for charity, given away goods for bhandara, given in an orphanage. What we are doing? We are going to debit this charity donation, whatever amount is there. And credit what? When you give away goods, you credit purchases. क्योंकि purchases इतनी जो बाहर चली गई, they had gone out of the business. When you did purchase, when it came to your house, when it came to your business house, it was purchases debit. Now when goods are going out, when goods came in, it was purchases debit. Now when goods are going away, you gave away 5 bags of rice as a charity in an orphanage. So what is happening? Charity account debit or goods given away as charity account debit to what is going out? Purchases to be credited because goods are given. Now if they had come for any donation, अगर वो पैसा चंदा मांगने आए होते तो हमने क्या किया होता? To cash account. Right? But since this is goods, so we will credit the purchases. This entry we have not done earlier. 500 rupees. In the narration, what will you write? Goods given away as charity. Point number 1. Goods given away as charity. Okay, understood? अगर हमने उनको पैसे दिए होते तो we want some money for Ganpati. Means charity debit to cash. Right? Next, goods sold to Mayank for 1 lakh rupees. Payable 25% by check at the time of sales and the balance after 30 days of sale. So what we are doing? We are doing cash sales and credit sales at the same time. We are receiving some cash on the date of sales. What else we are doing? We are doing some credit sales also. So the person name is to be debited and what is happening ultimately? To sales account. Now see, there are 2 journal entries, cash to sales for cash sales and name to sales for credit sales. When we put somebody's name, then it is a credit sales. And when we receive cash against some sales, then we write cash account debit. Whatever comes into the business, if it is an asset, it is to be debited. So cash account debit, and because Mayank's account also stands credit, So Mayank's account will be debited also and to sales account. 1 lakh rupees में से 25% at the time of sales. So out of the total sales of 1 lakh rupees, 25% we are receiving just now. Means how much are we receiving just now? 25,000. What else is remaining? 75% के लिए वो अभी भी हमारा debtor है. So 75,000 rupees here. 25% cash received. Against sales made to Maya. 25% cash received, you write this. Against sales made to Maya. Okay? Again, let me tell you, there is no such rules for English in the narration. You describe the journal entry as it is made clear to you. Next is, you received 975 from Hari Krishna in settlement of his account worth rupees 1000. बस 1000 रुपये उसको हमें देने थे. He only paid us 975. Means we have settled the matter for some discount allowed. हमने उसको डिस्काउंट भी अलाउ किया. क्या किया? सबसे पहले तो कैश रिसीव किया था. कैश रिसीव करने जल्दी से. So cash account to be debited. What else is to be debited? Discount allowed. When you allow discount means you have received less from whatever you were supposed to. जितना पैसा हमें रिसीव करना था उससे कम हमने रिसीव किया. So discount allowed to be debited. Discount allowed to be debited. And who is the payer of this? Mr. Hari Krishna. Okay. Now this is for you, Ayan. When we write the credit thing, we don't write A/C. Also with the names, we don't write A/C. Otherwise, A/C stands for account. And we write this in the debit aspect, so we write the DR for debit. But when we write any aspect in credit, we don't write CR. Apart from this, please learn all the journal entries rules, otherwise you will not be able to understand. Even the format is not correct. Please see how he has made it. It is to be spread throughout the register page. So you have received 975 rupees minus 1000, which is 25 rupees. 975, 25. And Mr. Hari Krishna's account is settled, so we will credit him with full rupees 1000. जाओ तुम्हारा matter समाप्त. Next is received dividend of 60 paisa in a rupee from the official receiver of Rajan, who owed us rupees 1000. Now what are these conditions कि उनसे 60 पैसा ही मिल सका, उनसे 75 पैसा ही मिल सका. हो सकता है उनको अपने बिजनेस में इतना ज़्यादा लॉस हुआ that he became insolvent. You know this word दिवालिया, दिवालिया घोषित कर देना. इट मीन्स जो हमारे पास पैसा बच रहा है, प्लीज ईदर यू टेक दैट, अदरवाइज आई विल नॉट पे यू अ सिंगल पेनी. सो व्हाट द अदर पीपल डिसाइड कि जो मिल रहा है वही ले लो, वरना तो पूरा का पूरा डूब जाएगा. सो रादर टेकिंग ऑल दैट इनटू बैड डेब्ट्स, यू रिसीव अमाउंट and you allow discount, or you say that it is received in full settlement of account. So what will you write? 60 paisa in a rupee was received. So cash account to be received. Cash came in. Then what happened? Bad debts occurred. So bad debts account also to be debited. Bad debts, when they are caused, they are also always to be debited. So cash debit, bad debts debit, and who is the person? He is Rajan. Now 60 paisa in a rupee. 60 paisa in a rupee means 60% was received, and how much was not received? 40% was not received. Now you tell me the amount. 60 paisa was received and 40 paisa was not received. How much is it going to be? Percentage? Yes. Come on, this is the simplest possible.
600 rupees was received.
If you don't know this, you will score a 0 in the unit test. It is
600 rupees.
And this is 40% of 1. Tell me the amount. So why aren't you speaking? 600 and 400. 600 received, 400 not received. So you received 600, you did not receive 400, and for 1000 his account was settled. So you can write payment received from Rajan in full settlement. Full settlement means his chapter is closed. Whatever was recoverable, we have already recovered it. Quickly we will do so that we will not miss any entry. We charged interest on drawings. When you charge interest on drawings, the proprietor has to pay to the firm. Okay? So it is an income for the organization. So drawings account will be debited. Drawings have a debit balance. Please remember, drawings debit to interest on drawings account. Now why interest on drawings account is to be credited? Interest on drawings जो होती है वो फर्म के लिए गेन इनकम होता है. क्यों? क्योंकि जिस प्रोप्राइटर ने उसमें मनी इन्वेस्ट कर रखा है, if he takes away some goods or some money from there, he will have to pay an interest on that. So interest on capital is an expense for the firm, and interest on drawings is an income for the firm. Interest on capital is to be debited, and interest on drawings is to be credited. Right? So drawings debit to interest on drawings account, and the amount is calculated. जितनी भी drawings उन्होंने करी थी, for it he was charged an interest of 1500 rupees. Quickly do it. Copy down from the board quickly. 4 and 5. Entry number 6. Sold goods to Anil costing rupees 40,000 for cash at a profit of 25% on cost less 20% trade discount. Now since it is mentioning that 40,000 rupees is the total amount for cash and 20% trade discount is to be reduced. So now since they are talking ki cash, actual cash 40,000 hai. So by default we will consider that this cash includes वो जो बढ़ा बढ़ा के जो भी उनको करना था वो उसको increase करने के बाद 40,000 तक पहुँचे. But trade discount तो हम allow करेंगे. So what shall be the journal entry? Cash account debit, discount allowed account debit, and sorry, this is trade discount, no? Only the amount will be reduced. Remember, for trade discount we don't show it in the books. We only reduce the amount, total amount. So cash account debit to sales. Now what shall be the amount? For 40,000 rupees the sales was made and 20% trade discount was given. For 40,000 rupees the sales was made. Look here everyone, and 20% trade discount was given. 32,000. And the last one, paid cartage. It is an expense. Carriage inward के नाम से. Carriage inwards account debit. Debit on expense means carriage inward debit to cash. Paid cartage. Cartage is an expense. Transportation के दौरान you pay this. How much is the amount? 100. As the teacher right? Write the last one also. You paid an income tax. Now what is income tax? It is an individual's expense. It is my expense which is to be borne by me. Not the organization will pay my income tax. I have to pay my income tax. So in this case you will call this drawings. Okay. So what have you done? You have made a drawings from the business by paying your income tax. Drawings debit to cash. Now firm also has to pay income tax. If the question says कि ये firm का income tax था जो उन्होंने pay किया, then this will be not called as drawings. This will be a simple expenditure for the business. So drawings account debit because you paid cash to cash account. How much is the amount for income tax? 15,000 and 15,000. income tax paid. So this was also a new entry which took place. Quickly copy this down and the class is over now. Thank you for joining. Those who have joined online, I hope you have understood. With this, we now conclude the chapter journal. From Monday onwards, I wish to begin with ledger. So do read out the theory and practice it. Check out the journal entry, complete it.